Hi, BookTube. It's Gina. It's Wednesday today. I had to think about that for a second. And wow, fall is here. Isn't it amazing how quickly we go from summer to fall? It seems like it just switches in an instant. Whereas some other seasons sort of seem to just gradually progress. Maybe it's because we're having such warm summers here in the Pacific Northwest now that it just is more noticeable. But wow, it is fall. This has hit, and it is like all of a sudden we went from boiling to turning on the heater. I'm not turning on the heater yet, but I went in the office the other day, and my spouse had gotten the little space heater out, and I was like, oh my gosh. So anyway, I thought I would talk to you about Victober today. I'm very excited for Victober. This will be my second year as a booktuber, reading Victorian literature with the Victober Readathon. And it's a fun group. It's a fun readathon. I've got a pile of books here, and we'll see how I do. I'm feeling a little like up in the air about my reading right now. I just finished a couple really good books, and I've got to pick something else up. And I don't have much on my Kindle that I feel like reading. I'm just feeling kind of like, bleh. So I grabbed a bunch of things that I think I want to read for October, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So let's just jump right in with the first book that I've got. This is the group read for Victober. It is The Mayor of Casterbridge by Thomas Hardy. Look at this copy. This is an old Signet classic. I love these editions so much. I have read this book before. I read it in college. I was an English major in college, and I read this for a class, but I literally virtually have no recollection of it at all. It is got, about 325 pages. And so I think I will reread this with the group because I don't remember it. And I would like to see how I feel about it now as an adult, as an older adult. Because when I read it the first time, I was quite young. So that is first on my, let's just call this a pile of possibilities. The next thing that I do want to read is The Tenant of Wildfell Hall by Anne Bronte. I don't love this edition. This is a Wordsworth Classics. I like that picture, but I don't know. This doesn't really speak to me, but I do want to read this. This is Sandy at Ms. Reads a Lot is reading this for her book club in October, and I'd like to read along with that. I don't know. I've got an old bookmark in here at the very beginning, so clearly I've picked this up and did not start it. But I'm hoping to get to this. And then I'm also wanting to read Villette by Charlotte Bronte. I've got this beautiful old Everyman's Library. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pink? This is number 351. But I probably won't read this one because it seems quite fragile. I don't want to muck up the dust jacket, but I happen to have another copy. This is also an Everyman's Library, but it's not the same because it's a smaller edition. This is, I don't know when this one was printed. But this is a nice, easy reading size, so I might just read this one because it doesn't have a dust jacket, so I don't care if it gets mucked up. So this one is going to go back into the collection, and I might even, you know me, I've got these here, but I may also just get them on my Kindle because I do like reading on my Kindle. So we'll see. And then lastly, I do want to read The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. Isn't this a beautiful Penguin Classics edition? I love that cover. And this is one of those books. I've got so many books that I've wanted to read. I've also got Wuthering Heights and Frankenstein. These have both been on a TBR. This was on my Jane Austen July TBR, didn't do it. I think this was on my last year's Victober TBR, didn't do it. So these are gonna sit in my little TBR pile. We'll see. We'll see if I get to them. I don't know. Maybe I won't even end up reading anything in October. I'm in one of those weird moods. I'm also going to read, this is not Victorian, but I do want to, for Halloween, read The Turn of the Screw by Henry James, because I was going to read this one last year, but I was going to read it in the publication order because it was originally published, it was serialized, and I thought I had seen a video by Benjamin McAvoy talking about the pleasures of reading this book in a weekly format, just reading what was originally released at the time and the anticipation that builds and how interesting it was. But I picked it up, I read a chapter, and then I totally forgot about it. So I think I just need to read this all in one go. And maybe I'll just read this on Halloween. I don't know. I'm not a big Halloween person, so I don't really have any Halloween plans. But this is super short. It's only 126 pages, and I do really want to read it for October. So I've got quite a pile. I'm gonna sort of prioritize. I do really want to do these three first. The Mayor of Casterbridge, The Tenant of Wildfell Hall, and Villette. And then maybe The Turn of the Screw will be next, and then The Picture of Dorian Gray. And I'm pretty sure I won't get to these two, but they're gonna sit out and they're gonna stare at me, and they might make me feel a little bit guilty about not reading them, and maybe that will get me going. And then I am going to read one non-Victober book in October. Actually, you know what? I'm lying. I'm going to start this right now because this just came out. It's The Vanderbeekers on the Road, the next Vanderbeekers story by Karina Jan Glasser. And I'm going to start this right now because this will be just the perfect cozy read. I think I love the Vanderbeekers. If I'm in a little bit of a reading slump right now, this will definitely yank me out of it because I love the family. I love her writing style. This is a fun kids book. It's a middle grade book, obviously. And it's about the Vanderbeekers who are a fun family. They live in Harlem, and this one might be picking up where the last one left off, where they were going to go they were planning on going on a road trip. So I'm guessing that this is a continuation of that. I don't know that for sure. But I mean, look at that. They're in a little van. There's all the kids. They've got their bicycle on the top. So cute. I love it. So clearly this is not for Victober. I'm going to start this one now. So this is also a quick little reading update for this week. I do have lots more to talk to you about. I finished a Star Trek book last week, and I finished The Paying Guests. Oh, I've got it out because I'm making some notes. I do want to talk to you about that because it was so good. So I don't know. I'm having a weird week. I'm settling back into my routine after being in Las Vegas for a week, which was really nice, really relaxing. We were in bed by 10 every night. We stayed up one night late. We were in bed at midnight to go to a show, but it was a really nice, relaxing trip. So yeah, that's it for me. I hope you're planning on participating in Victober. If you are, let me know what you're going to be reading down below, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.